I would like to tell you a story, and it has to do with lightworkers. Who are lightworkers? Where do they come from? Lightworkers is simply an assignment that the world has given particular configurations of light, souls. And lightworkers was created from the beginning of time, and they're called to Earth during the cups, from one era to the next era, where people are particularly confused during that cups, where everything about the 5,000-year-old system going about life and the 5,000-year moving forward going about life, the in-between, is where there is an opportunity to destroy and to construct simultaneously. So the very first process, you could say, of lightworkers, there are scouts. And these scouts particularly come in during the beginning, more of the beginning middle of an era. And these scouts, we have seen them. They have been individuals that have really stood out in history. They shared something with the population that would be considered abnormal, such as being a yogi during the mist of the medieval age, or speaking about equality in the mist of the medieval age. These individuals spark ideas, and those ideas do not resonate with individuals, because those ideas come from minds that are ahead of the trend. They have a futuristic mind, but they're simply there to just scout out what is currently going on and to give a slight nudge, simply an idea. And that idea is not meant to blossom. It's simply meant to just be heard. Because everything is vibration, and people can feel vibration, especially a vibration that is connected with this world. The world's message to humanity, that vibration is strongest. Because we are one with Gaia, we are one with Earth. So, the scouts came in and, they soon left. They kind of understood their life story. It was going to be one of death, but not of pain. Because a lot of these scouts understood their mission is to simply come in and to share an idea. It wouldn't be heard, it would be rejected, but the vibration would seep into individual skin. So, and after the scouts come in, a lot of times they come in by themselves. After, we have the revolutionists, and the revolutionists tend to be a very large wave. And these light workers you'll find them in groups. You'll find them speaking up. You'll find them standing strong for the message Gaia's communicated to them to share to the population. And again, a lot of them do die, because this is all leading up to the point we are right now, where everyone's heart chakras are opening up, because everyone knows that they cannot continue in the old. But those revolutionists, you can say, wave one of the revolutionists, they're the ones that completely question everything and destroyed a lot of things. But these revolutionists, these wave, do not reconstruct anything, do not build anything. They simply destroy. Now, the next wave of individuals are the influencers. They are the ones that build. Not building in the sense of themselves doing it, but building the minds of themselves and those around them. The revolutionists destroy. The scouts simply whisper ideas of change to help prepare humanity for this age that's coming on. It's all a process, remember. It's a process that's been going on for thousands of years. The process of helping everybody, humanity, be where they are right now, where their hearts are open, ready to listen. So, these influencers are helping everybody to critically think with their mind, to help rewire their mind. This is what the influencers are doing. And then after the influencers, like I mentioned, come the true builders. And these individuals have already undergone the process of rewiring their mind. Now all they do is just sit back and create, build. And this wave has not came yet. We have a lot of influencers here right now at the masses, but the builders, they will come soon. A lot of them could possibly hear right now as children. And these builders, they are the first wave of many. These builders will be laying out, you can say, blueprints. And then you could say the next wave will take those blueprints and begin to organize them. And then the next generation of builders, you see these builders come in wave after wave after wave because it's all a strategy. You have the blueprint, then you have the organization, the strategizing upon that blueprint, and then you have a wave that takes that strategy and puts it into action. Same thing goes with the scouts. You have individuals that create a blueprint. And a lot of the blueprint for the scouts is in the higher realms. And then you have a strategy, and that is in the higher realms. And then they come down into this world, and they act upon all of that organization and blueprints that has been designed in the higher realms of how they will go about whispering ideas into the minds and hearts of those around them, preparing them. And the same thing goes with the revolutionists. Except the revolutionists, their plan, their blueprint, and their organization and strategy is organized here in groups. As we all know, with every big movement, there was a blueprint, there was a strategy, and then there was action. Even in the influencers. The influencers are energetically simply just allowing themselves to receive the download from their mind and just speak. There's not really any sort of blueprint or strategy or organization. There's simply just a receive, send. That is what the influencers are doing right now. That's why you see so many videos of people sharing, because they receive and they send. There's no blueprint or strategy required. The only thing that is, you could say, required is a rewiring of the mind. So the message is clear to you, so you can communicate it clearly. So these three waves of builders, they are going to be coming in. And it's our job right now, if you're watching this video, and if you believe you're a light worker, is to simply help mankind rewire their mind, so that they can be open to such suggestions from the builders. So humanity can unite the minds, and that is a process of rewiring the mind, uniting the mind. Instead of minds being separate, uniting them together so that they can collectively be in sync. Understand that being in sync with each other is how the world truly progresses. Not to being disconnected with all our agendas that are contradicting with each other. Because the builders, they came in with the plan. They just have to remember the plan. They have to write down the plan, make a blueprint. And those who made the blueprint will be helping the next generation. The ones who have the deep strategy, know how to go about making it happen. They will be helping them. They will be giving them the blueprint for them to work upon. And then the next generation will be the ones that are the doers. Ultimately, all the light workers that have ever come are movers and shakers. Some are more subtle than others. Some are more vigorous, like the revolutionists. Some are more like teachers, like the influencers. And some are, as the builders are, simply here to just create, build. But it's all a part of a process. So if you think you are a light worker, recognize that there's been light workers here since the beginning of the 5,000 year of the Dark Ages. There's been light workers here. It's just right now, there is a massive wave of influencers here right now. The revolutionists, they came and they went, and they did their business. They shook up the world dramatically with all of these movements. Even since the beginning, Abraham Lincoln and before that, movers and shakers were here. The revolutionists. So now, with our influencers, the influencers are many right now because everyone's mind needs to be rewired. And that's what they're helping with right now. And there's so many, but there's not going to be loads and loads of builders in the first generation, but soon loads and loads of builders will come. You'll see them in agriculture. You'll see them in like constructing buildings. You could even see them in technology. A lot of brilliant technology individuals are here, but Stephen Jobs energy, we're going to have many of those coming up. Right now, that's not the main focus for Earth, is to sit there and have thousands of Steve Jobs out there, even though there's a lot of individuals that would like to be like Steve Jobs. But the thing is, that's not important. What is important is getting the mind stable, getting people connected with their mind so that more Steve Jobs, when they come, people's nervous system is not going to break down because the technology, their mind cannot handle it. Just like if the majority of people met a UFO right now, they would probably, their nervous system would just shut down and they would probably go into some sort of panic attack that would lead to a coma. Because simply the mind cannot handle it. So process one is to rewire the mind. That's process one. Then we can get on to having thousands of Steve Jobs going away in some lab creating something. Because you can't create something with a divided mind. And it's not just my mind, it's your mind. If I'm divided from your mind, if I'm disconnected, there is a division. Just like crystals are not disconnected from each other. They may seem separate as pieces, but if you look at quartz crystals, they are from the same family. Hell, they might have came from the same crystal. There might be a gigantic quartz crystal way underground that all crystals come from, all quartz crystals. So my crystal brain, your crystal brain, we are pieces, but we come from a bigger whole. Where that whole is, you could say it's in Gaia. Deep in her.